channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday, all.
Welcome to Mutation Creations, my channel, my content. Craig and I are here to chat about whatever, whatever's on our minds, any topics from the chat and questions from the chat, which we encourage so that we have stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone's having a great Monday so far. I can't believe like a month away, it's Christmas. What the?
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep.
Let's see who's all here. We got the sound check from Mr. Seraphim himself, Mr.
Excellent.
Paul, cap locks, but he's not using, he's got a different at. Usually it's Seraphim Serpents in cap locks, but now he's got lowercase. What's going on, Paul? What's going on? So let's see. Number one, we got Mike.
What's up?
You know what? They're all like that. If you look at everybody's, it's everybody's. I guess they've changed that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Or is that just a StreamYard thing? I don't know. But I at least figured out how to just leave it landscape instead of horizontal.
Yep.
So
look at us.
Only one. So I'm doing a little bit, but now this might be fucked up. But I don't know. So Mike's number one. Number two, we've got this guy, Mr. Paul Seraphim, and 219, top three. What's going on? And fellow Canadian, Constricting Creations, number four. Number five is another Canadian. And then we got Mr. Pie Man himself. How you doing?
Right.
How are you, sir? We got Gus in the house. We got John from BlackRock. What's he saying?
Saying happy Thanksgiving to all. 2 more days until I find out if I hit a super enchi, super chocolate desert ghost sunset.
So, in other words, the highest,
gene.
Yeah, the highest genetic calculation that you are striving to hit.
Yep.
But at the same time, too, the chances of you hitting that and hitting like just an enchi are pretty much the same. But you want to have it on the high end. That's what people don't understand when it comes to some of these combos. It's like, yeah, it's 1 in 64 to hit the blah, 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 blah. And it's also the same to hit the normal.
Yeah.
Normally you get the normal. It's like, wow, I got a 1 in 256 chance to hit an animal. And instead of being at the high end of the spectrum, the one I really want and need, and just I've been, wanting this for years, I get another normal.
Yeah.
The same odds. It's crazy. I hope the best for you, buddy. And you know what? If you missed the super enchi and the super chocolate, don't be disappointed. What else we got? So Gus here says, I know we're mainly ball pythons, but I'm getting some poison arrow dart frogs. Anyone got the 411? I used to have a lot of them. I used to have a bunch of different ones set up. I would make my own Pangea, sorry. Pangeas for the geckos I have. My own fruit fly colonies and stuff like that. And I'd put in baby little crickets once in a while. Wasn't an expert. I might have had them breed. Didn't see tadpoles, didn't see any babies. I just saw them and they were pretty cool. Yeah. And I like the setups because I ended up having the ones, I don't know what kind. It was probably Exoterra or Zoomed. It had the light and you could change the colors and set it on a timer. You could set it where it looked like there was thunderstorm and the clouds. It was pretty damn cool. Had them all on misting systems. That was at the old facility. Before the old facility. So 2 facilities ago. And it's when I first moved in, I had those. I had blazing blue collared lizards. I had 2 trios set up. I had all the dart frogs. I had 4 different types. They were awesome. I had like a sectional and a TV and like a little lounge. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. From the basement to this 1,000 square foot place. Awesome. And then like a year later, it's like, bye-bye sofa. Bye-bye dart frogs. Oh, I need more racking. Bye-bye blue-collared lizards. So it's like, wow.
My favorite Instagram account has to be Dart Frog Nursery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dart Frog Nursery.
I want to check it up right now.
It's all one word, and it's amazing photos of dart frogs.
So let's see. Dart Frog Nursery. Oh, wow.
Isn't that great?
Holy moly. These are awesome.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Wow. That's like they've got a nice lens for their camera and have some photography skills.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Pretty much.
Jeez. Yeah. Like
Not nuts.
the lighting's on point. I love how in some pictures the frog is there in the background, sort of you see it, but it's sort of blurred. Oh my God. You see like little specks of the calcium powder in the background. You know what I like? Let me see if I can see it. You know, when you mist or you spray and there's like the water, I guess, like, what do you call it? Droplets of water on a petal. They look so amazing. Haven't seen one yet, but like, oh my God, like, come on. Like, what's going on? Like, look at this. See, I got to stop.
I'll let me share it for a second.
Yeah, so it's phenomenal.
See what it is.
I've only spent 2 seconds on it and I'm excited.
Nope, I did it wrong.
Oh, Craig.
What are we gonna do? Window.
But yeah, as far as the 411 on some tips and tricks, nope, not me. Yeah, look at these things. They're phenomenal.
Just crazy.
Yeah, I had the ones they call Bumblebee, the black and yellow. I had the blue. I forget the proper names. I had a green, and then what else did I have? I had the green and blue. But yeah, they're amazing. Look at these things. There's some of these I've never even seen the colors. Look at those things. Wow.
Yep. Amazing.
It's phenomenal. And they're so cool because they're the size of your thumb.
Yeah.
Like you're like not your whole thumb.
Yeah.
But like you know, and then some of them get bigger, right? Some of them, like, you can get some of them that are like a 2 inches by an inch, or I don't know the exact measurement, but they're pretty awesome. They are cool. What's up, Mr. Jason? Smiley Heart Exotics. Mitzi's in the house.
What's up, Mitzi?
Nature's Design Ball Pythons. What's going on? Pure Python Passion in the house. The Local Fisherman.
Oops, I got a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, go ahead.
Accidentally clicked it. So Chad says, I've noticed this fall that my males are locking for days at a time. Are they so studly because of their owner or what? This is a very important question. You mean compensating for the owner?
Oh, yeah. It usually does. When that happens, the ball pythons, they realize after seeing you when you open the drawers, how real pathetic, and sad of a situation you're in. So usually I don't know if they do it telepathically or they have their own language, but they talk to each other and like, yeah, man, I feel sad for our owner. And, and then they're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should just really get our groove on and cause we know he ain't, Oh, Chad, dude, really? Jeez. Oh my God. Wow.
I can tell they can sense low T. And if you have low T, they go into action. They try to just bring up the atmosphere to some sort of equilibrium.
Queen City in the house. How you doing? What's going on? South Bay in the house.
What's up, Selfie?
Cuddle time. What's going on, Melinda? She just hatched out some clown pies.
Cool.
Let's see. Good Monday to all. Right back at you. Randall's in the house. What up? Adrian, my favorite. Nikki. How's Nikki and Kurt doing tonight? Let's see. Nemo Graphics. And Michael says, smash the like button. Speaking of that, let me take off the banner and put on the Husbandry Pro one. Husbandry Pro HP, baby. So let's see what else we've got. Mr. Hunger. How are you guys tonight? Mr. Alex from Florida Born Exotics. How are you? We're the reptile freaks. You're just freak, you know. Chad. Only Chad would ask a question like that. He's just, oh boy. It's a YouTube thing. YouTube changed it again. That's their handle. Of course, Mr. Luke.
Yeah, now we're seeing the raw handle. Speaking of which, Ken, Whiskey India 7 November Victor, is that you? That has to be what that means. Means he's an amateur radio operator like me.
What is it, Whisker?
So after his name, it says...
Yeah, WI7NV.
Yeah, that's an advanced level ham radio call sign, I believe.
Okay, and what does it stand for?
It just means they're out west, and it means that they reach the second highest tier you can possibly reach in ham radio.
Oh, cool. So WI7 doesn't stand for anything?
Nope.
It's just when you see that, you know it's a code.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at that. Learning things new every day.
Pretty sure, Ken. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that looks like
that's pretty cool that you spotted that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Handsome Boy Kennels. Definitely where Chad wasn't raised. I just had to take another shot. So, Handsome Boy Kennels is my man Odds Gods.
What's up?
What do you think of the Kittinger? 250 snakes for $1 million.
So he sold to Billy, right? Billy.
Rice,
yeah.
So 250 snakes for $1 million. So that would work out to what?
4,000 each.
Yeah.
Using the new math.
You'd have to see what I guess racking would have come with it. Stuff like that. Because I would imagine. I mean, was it just snakes?
I didn't know that they had
racking and caging and everything else. But if it's the right snakes, then yeah, it's definitely worth it, right? But I haven't had time to watch the video or the update. I just know that the Kittingers did sell. I'm not exactly sure why, or if they're getting out or they're starting over, or, I've been so, into this place, getting everything organized. I rearranged the room again to where it's almost where I finally want it. So I'm going to start doing like some lives on Instagram, doing a tour of the place. I want to start, because one thing I really miss is when I would, usually it was on a Saturday or, mid-afternoon one day, I just go Instagram live and everybody from, Europe and all over the world. Hey, how you doing? Hey, nice to see you. Do you have any of these? And I'd show them, wow, stunner. That's amazing. Do you have any of these? Do you have one with this? Let me see this. And I would go get it. And it was just cool interacting for an hour or two, right? And seeing people pop in and pop out. I want to start doing stuff like that. But, one thing is trying to remember where everything is. It's like, Not like, hey, do you have one of these? Yeah, let me look it up on Husbandry.PRO first and then go to it. Where at the other facility, I knew where everything was. Now I'm just learning where most of the stuff is. And of course, we shifted stuff around in the adult room again. So now everything I did remember in the last 2-3 months is sort of wonky. So, but I'd like to get into some of stuff like that. But Mr. ERS, what's up, Eric?
What's going on?
Let's see. Jim Butler in the house. What's up, my man? Are you around this weekend? You should message me this week anyways. Robert's in the house. Dark Frog Nursery is incredible. Yeah, I see that. Guys, I'm looking now. Wow, yeah, everybody's on it now going nuts. What's up, Solar's Animals Balls? How are you? How's things? These Balls and Exotics in the house.
What's up, Dylan?
Ledka.
What's up, Ledka?
We got Jeff. What's up? Happy Thanksgiving. That's this Thursday, if I'm not correct. I mean, if I am correct.
Yep. Y'all already had yours, right? A couple weeks
ago. We have ours in October.
Yeah.
So over a month ago, maybe 5 weeks. But yeah, Thursday, we sit there watching some football. Yes, yes. Nothing like football Thursday on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
There's Cleo in the background. What's up, Cleo? Hey, Cleo. No, I'm comfy, Daddy. I'm comfy. So she's just chilling. Low T. Oh boy. EAD Chad. Oh wait, you're not getting any of me. I'll tell your snakes to get it done for you. Gerald in the house. Oh man. Parkside. Hey, what's going on? You guys are probably an hour away from me now, hour and a half instead of like 3.5 hours. You got to come up and check out the new place. Well, a hop, skip, and a jump from you now. I'm just like an hour from Detroit, so you guys should be easy to come. Let's see. Mantooth, MCBR in the house.
How's it going, buddy?
Let's see. Solo, the great TV. Solo, the great TV. I love seeing everyone's. Oh, now he changes the odds gods. So this is going back to the Kittinger.
Yeah.
If I recall, he did say the old breed, all the old breeders, and he was only keeping his last year's holdbacks and moving forward in a new direction and level. Cool.
Wow.
Cool. Charlie's in the house. Rig and Renee,
Charlie?
Royal Pythons. Just Incredibles. How you doing? What's up, boys? You guys excited for breeding? I am, especially me, because I haven't been breeding. Normally, I breed all year round, but since we moved in the big first week of July, actually, second week of July, I stopped pairing and ultrasounding back in May. So when I moved, I did have a few gravid females that actually laid while they were here, in late July, August, and then nothing. And then September, I had September, October, I had 2 females lay eggs, which was like awesome. So they had that and retained the sperm from when I paired in May. So I got 2 in the incubator that are coming out in the next week or 2. And I ultrasounded a few weeks ago. We paired last week. This Saturday, I'll pair again to a bunch of other females, or the ones that didn't pair last week. So it's cool. Craig was saying the same thing. He's finally got, his animals and paired them and got some locks. And it's exciting because there's still a bunch of animals that aren't ready yet, that when they are, once they hit over 11, now I put them in the breeding plan and just start going nuts. So I'm on a mission now. So from now until, I'm not until, like, I'm going to keep breeding all year round from now on, because I ain't moving again. This is it. And I said that many times, but this is it. Like, this is it. So unless I win the lottery,
Yeah.
and then I'll just, be stupid. So
You'll get a brand new pair of solid gold scissors.
Change it to spicy noodle.
There you go.
Actually, I like the Solo, the great TV. Let's see. Matt Croft, that is a beautiful pup. Thank you. That's my girl Cleo. She's a micro bully, and she is a black tricolor merle, and she is my baby. I love her so much. What's this one?
Hello, Snake Dudes. 4 degrees Celsius in Ireland. Rain's so cold it hurts, but going to Thailand in 20 days for 2 months. That's great.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's
I
awesome.
definitely want to do Thailand. It's on my bucket list. It's pretty awesome.
Yep,
yeah. Jason. Sure. Come on. You're probably only an hour and a half from me. What's your excuse? Big Dan in the house. Happy Monday. I went to the Reptile Expo Sunday and I picked up 2. 2 which? I went to the expo and picked up 2.
Probably
2 snakes, probably?
2 animals. Yeah.
Well, 2 animals. Yeah, I got that. But what type? We're talking about dart frogs and all that. You never know. So I moved to Ridgetown. So I'm an hour west of London, and I'm an hour east of Windsor. Look at this. Robert paired 12 last night. Checked them this morning. 11 visual locks. Look at you go.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. And yes, I am going full speed ahead. So we ultrasounded, all the adults, everyone that was 11 or over. I put on my breeding plan and I paired, and I got like 39 out of 44 visual locks, I believe. So now no stopping. Every 2 weeks we ultrasound. So not this week, next week we ultrasound, and anyone that is, over 11 will mark, and then the following week we'll pair. So yeah, we're on a mission now. What's going on? Pythonic Obsessions in the house. Here we go.
What do you guys suggest for outreach and gaining curiosity? First, I suggest you watch the last epic. There's a thing we did with Mr. Brian Gundy, and he talks about how he's doing better with outreach than he ever did financially with his animals. And he's doing kids events, schools, birthday parties, corporate events. He's done Google. He went to Google with a bunch of snakes. Really cool. And I think get in touch with your local high school science teacher. They're good in. But check out that video. It's full of great ideas on how to get started with outreach.
That's awesome. There's many different ways that you can get involved in that.
Yeah. There's obviously that if you take that approach, if you have that in mind when you're at a show, you're going to do the show differently. If you have outreach in mind and it's not just sales, then you'll approach how you interact with people differently at shows, I think.
Yep. So let's see. Hardly anyone knows Solo, the great TV. I just saw it. I thought it was cool. I've never heard of it myself, but guess what? That's going to be one for the curiosity. Let's go check it out.
There's going to be a trivia contest later.
Chatham, Kent. Yeah, I am in Chatham, Kent. So my Ridgetown falls under the Chatham-Kent. So not too bad, not too shabby. Let me just change the banner. Please like, share, and subscribe, damn it. What else? So, Mr. Craig, you are seabound next week.
Yep. Next week, next weekend, we're heading off to Caribbean for a week. Going to enjoy Honduras and Belize and Mexico. So it's gonna be fun.
Sweet.
Never been on a cruise. Well, I was on a cruise once when I was 18. But I've never been on in over 50 years. So
yeah, and stuff that you did back when you're 18, you usually don't remember.
No. All that you get put in jail for now.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So now that here, I did a lot of everything's sort of in full swing here now. The breeding program, the ultrasound, so everything's falling under a schedule, which is great. Yep. I didn't really like the layout, so I moved it around a bit. So I'm much happier with the new layout, which is awesome. It just works, and it just more to me. It just flows much better, cool. And it opens it up a bit. So I have a bunch of those air movers that I have on the floor, and you can lay them right on the side. You can have them straight up, or there's like a little spot where you can rest them, and they have like a 45 or a 50 degree or whatever.
The ones that are sort of like a snail.
Yeah, and it's a propeller, and it comes in. It's not an oscillating fan. I used to have those. They would break. They're not meant. I've had some pretty high-end fans. They're not meant to be on 24 hours a day. They have a life, and the motor burns out. So I went on in and got these air movers, because these air movers are meant to be on, for days at a time. Usually when people have floods in the basement, or they're doing things, these things are meant, and I've had them working almost consistently for years and years, and they still work phenomenal. Every once in a while, I just got to give them a clean, but they're awesome. So I just hate having stuff on the floor all the time. And when you put them on top, you don't really have like I used to have them on top of the rack. After a while, they move, they vibrate, and you have to go pull them back, or, so I ended up getting the ones that are like industrial, and you can hang them on the wall. They're made for industrial buildings. And I put those up. Oh, look at guys.
There she is.
Oh, she. Oh no, there she is. Hold on. She flips out all the time. You comfy? Yeah, I guess she is. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, she knows we're talking about her. Yeah, I'm gonna look pretty now. Silly girl. Oh, I love her so much. But I end up getting the ones that mount on the wall. They're made out of stainless steel or steel. They're expensive, but they got the 3 speeds, and you can take the thing off and clean them. The whole front just comes off, and you can clean the blades, and you put them in. Nothing's made out of plastic, so they're great. And I bought these probably 2 years ago. Never used them. But these fans have a misting system.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's a misting ring that you basically just go, and they got these clamps, and you just pull the clamps, and you hook it onto the actual the thing, and then it has a tube with it on and an off, and you connect the water line similar to what you would do for your water in your fridge.
That's great.
Now I haven't used them, so I don't know how great they are yet, right? And I want to make sure that it's a mister, not like, like, holy Christ, I'm getting
Yeah.
soaked. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, my floor's soaking wet. This sucks. I'm mopping it 2 to 3 times an hour. This fucking sucks. But my
But
humidity's
especially
on.
if your humidity needs to a bump, that'd be great to you.
So I'm going to try those, right? So I just got to get a water line run and hook that up and see how that works. So that'll be cool because if I can, get some, misted humidity into my room, it'd be amazing. If not, I'm going to do the same thing like over the winter, pour water on the floor, which isn't bad because, in the morning you're forced to wipe up the whatever's left and you always have clean floors. So it's a win-win because it forces you to clean. Because I've been here now for about 4 months and I've only done the floors twice. So
yeah. Okay, we got a question. I have a question that I think would be amazing conversation for new breeders or even up and coming breeders. What kind of educational background do you have with reptiles and breeding snakes? I think most people just have their experience.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Especially when you're a kid, right? Like when you're a kid, well, nowadays, no one leaves the house with their computer, but most of us, we were out catching, for me, frogs, garter snakes, turtles at the pond, nothing really crazy, fish. We didn't have access, because we weren't really a hot, like Texas and all Arizona. You guys got like all these different types of snakes, lizards, like the cool stuff. But that's the stuff that interested me, like frogs and turtles and even snakes, but never had access to any of it. But I grew up with it. That's what we liked. And it was always a fascination. And then knowing that you can keep and breed them and seeing the different types of species, and you're either drawn to it because of your past, or it's something that's just mind blowing. That's just like, wow, I got to learn more about this because they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then some people, no matter what, will always dislike them.
There are people with professional backgrounds in herpetology that keep, but it's amazing what what people know who are just doing it for a hobby. It goes pretty deep.
And we learn quick, right? Because, our passion for these animals is like, oh, hey, let's do this. Because when you start doing this and learning, you want to know, hey, what's the best? And you see this on a lot of forums and stuff. What's the best incubator for breeding? What's the best system to house these? What's the best ultrasound to buy? What's the, I've even seen people looking out, hey, I'm looking for a vet in my area. Can you recommend one? So there's always people learning and even like on shows like mine and other people's, we're always answering questions, and people are a sponge, like, oh, I didn't know that, or oh my God, what did he say? And trying to go in and like looking and doing a little bit more research and educating yourself more on certain topics or things that like I didn't even know that was possible. Because when we start talking about breeding and parthogenic clutch and andro, people are like, what? That can even happen? And next thing you know, you open up a whole new world. Right. Like, oh my God, there's just so much knowledge and different species and stuff like this. And we're always learning.
One thing that's good is to reach out to the experts once in a while, because we're experts at what we think works. But they're, like Dr. Warren Booth, who you often have come in and speak to the Patreon, he's an expert on what they are in the wild and what their needs might be that we don't recognize. Just because we're doing something that works doesn't necessarily mean it's optimal. So it's good to get input from all sources.
Yeah. And if you look like, 20 years ago and, and then 15 and then 10 and 5 and up to now, the stuff that we have as far as equipment, things that they've changed, they've added, they've modified. Now we've got temp sensors that are dual zoned, they're Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connected, and they're controllable from multiple. Oh my God, there's timers and there's auto shutoffs, there's fuses, there's you can set temps and alarm settings for low and high at your there's, that wasn't around before. You grab something, you friggin' plug it into the wall, and you bought one of those timers that you had to manually push up or down, and then if you really, and then, 10 or 15 years ago, oh my God, there's LED ones that you can actually program the time in, the off and ons. Like, wow, it's crazy. And then think about stuff like the sensor pushes. You can rooms and bins, and it's just like there's so many things that are here, instruments that help us with temperature, humidity, turning lights on and off, and it's awesome.
I think probably the best educational background you can have is be good at learning, because there's a lot to learn.
Yep. And there's multiple ways things work. It's not like there's only one way to do something. There's people that keep some things certain ways and others in different. You got to see what works for you and what you think is best for your animal. Right. Yep. And I don't really think there is there's definitely wrong ways, but there's no real right way. And things that we've been doing for years, in 5 years, there's a better way to do it and you're doing it wrong. Oh, are we? Oh, well, it was great to get us to where we are now, but now, wow. And I like to change. If I see or hear something that I try and implement and it works better, I adapt to that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many old school people. I don't need an ultrasound. No, you don't. But guess what? I will never not have one. Oh, I only put my eggs in the medium and I won't do it any other way. That's awesome. I like the new way I do it. And there's just so many things. And just like, when we feed, how we feed, the type of, some people just feed it one type of prey. I like changing it up every once in a while and feed on a different schedule. Whatever works for you and what you feel is best for your snakes. But yeah, we're always learning, man.
There's another question from Mike Snyder. What are the big time breeders' thoughts on the pastel gene?
Well, I mean, it's I don't think, like, who cares what a big breeder thinks? If you like it, breed it. I mean, that's the way I look at it. There's been several big breeders saying that, pastel, I don't like it, and blah, blah, blah. I love it in my freeway, and especially in my freeway clowns. I love it in my super asphalt. I love it in my enhancer, even in some of my DG. I have some other stuff with pastel. It's mind blowing. If you're putting it to cinnamon and black pastel or other stuff, or just into clown, I can see, why people don't really like the pastel gene, but it's like, it's like, hey, spot nose is incredible. Put it in pied. Yeah, it ain't incredible anymore, is it? You know what I mean? Put it into there's a couple other things like, that's not even, certain genes are meant for certain combos,
and I think that the whole game is trying to figure out where they work and where it doesn't work. Especially that's true.
Yeah.
Especially that's true with pastel. The one thing about pastel is everybody has it, and so you either have it and are trying to get rid of it, or you have it and trying to figure out what to put it in that's great.
Yep. But you can say that with a lot of genes, right? Like,
yeah.
What's the best branding advice you guys have, logo, etc.? Well, it depends. You want to have something that is catchy and that it's to me, a logo is like I think it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You look at all the Fortune 500 companies, Nike, McDonald's, FedEx, FEDEX with friggin' arrows, in the EX, right? There's an arrow. Amazon, there's a smile with an arrow. A to Z, everything from A to Z. Amazon, Adidas, it's all basic. It's so basic. It's like, what? Some of the shit has no color. It's basic. But you know what? You see that logo, You don't even need a name. It's drilled in your head. You want something that reflects you. Branding, I think right now, the best way to brand yourself is taking photos, posting regular, putting, to me, Instagram is probably the best, TikTok's another one. But there's so many. You can run yourself mad trying to do YouTube, this, post, Facebook. Like, I was there. I've done it. I used to post a video almost every day on YouTube for over a year. It's crazy. Like, it's nuts. And I used to post all the time. Now, I got to get back into it. But it's a full-time job to do it right. You got to just sort of get in there, post, like right now, Ken, I see a K. It has nothing, most people, GG Serpents, guys, how you doing? Chris and Donna, their logo's there, right? So Eric from ERS, his logo's there. Branding, you're out there, you're putting yourself out there. People see it. Oh, Hunger Reptiles. Oh, wow. Like, look at the logo. And have you ever noticed when there's a new person on here, wow, that's a cool logo. I've never seen it before. I'm never going to go, oh shit, look at that M. That's a cool M. Wow, guys. Hey,
to be fair, Mike, that's a pretty damn good M.
And it's basic, it's very simple, but wow, look at that M, man. That's cool. Like, I've even lost track of my thought on sometimes when I'm like, wow, look at that logo. That's cool. Like, the last one I remember in my brain is the one that looked like a brain. The snake looked like a brain, the way it had that little thing. But you want something catchy that you can see. You want to be everywhere you can. Branding also isn't just, slapping on stickers and shirts and throwing it out there. Being part of people's lives, commenting on other people's posts, sharing other people's posts, getting into, commenting on other people's photos and being out there because that other people see it. And, it's a full-time job, really, to brand yourself. And it's not something that's going to, happen overnight. It's going to take years, but that's hard work paying off, being in all these different spaces over time. You have anything to add to that?
Just with a logo, it doesn't have to be a round logo, but it helps if you have a treatment of it that fits in a round social button, so something that would work when you're chatting on YouTube or work when you're posting on Instagram. The logo itself doesn't have to be round, but it has to look okay, have some sort of treatment of some element of it that is that way. Like Canova's got a word mark. That's the full Canova with the K, but they also have a letter mark that's just the circle with the K in it. And so there's different presentations of your logo. When it comes to branding, I always, I'm a little bit different from most people. Most people say as soon as you get a snake, you need to have your brand. And I don't think there's a big rush to have a brand. I think as soon as you have a collection and you're starting to figure out what your collection is about and you're figuring out what you are all about, when you need to do a show, then we start thinking about branding,
This is a fact. So Eric says, my daughter wanted a snake. Now we research and talk about snakes nonstop for the last 6 years. And you probably will for the next 6 and the 6 after that. Like, we're continuing to learn and find out new things and just be amazed. Like, there's, if what we have today, if we talked about it 10 years ago, people are like, you're fucking ridiculous. There's no way that's going to happen. Genetic testing for snakes. Yeah, right. Oh, they're not going to have this. And it's here. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We used heating pads from Walmart. Yeah. I remember too, you'd get them and then you'd have your Rubbermaids or Tupperware bins, and you'd have holes and you'd put them at the back and you'd have the heat pad at the back. Oh, I've done that. That's awesome. Pythonosaur, what's going on? Let's go Raptors. Leafs are cooked this year. Yeah, the Leafs, Raptors are what, 7 or 8 in a row? I watched a bit of the game last night, just over to like the to halftime. And then now I'm on this new series called Des, DES. It's about a serial killer in the UK. True story. It's crazy. Crazy. But if you want to see a cool, I think it's 10 episodes. I believe it is, I believe it's on Prime. It's called The Beast in Me. Amazing. Yeah, if you ever want to binge watch 10 episodes, it's called The Beast in Me. It's pretty awesome.
Cool.
2 thumbs up from Billy. So, what's this? Gonna need to do another pastel-based episode on the canvas. Yep. The canvas. Jared. Odds gods. If we found pastel yesterday, it'd be the hottest new gene. Yeah. It's funny, right? Like people, like remember that Cypress yellow belly albino clown that I showed last week? Oh my God. I've looked at that 3 or 4 times this week. I'm like, this thing is incredible. Look at the oranges. You're not going to get that with anything else.
That is what happened when pastel was first discovered, though.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Any gene that comes out because it's something new to work with. But everybody's like, oh, that's old. No one wants to work with it. Some of the old stuff is going to unlock the power of the new stuff. And without the old stuff, the new stuff's just going to be all right. Like, like don't write anything off. So Creative Genetics, what's going on?
What's up?
Welcome. Proxima in the house. Let's see. Let's see. I was told the logo should be easy to have embroidered. Yeah, because mine ain't.
Yeah.
Mine sucks on even no matter what, you know, even trying to get it. It's like a 5 or 6 color because you got to put the background or the you know, in order to get the colors to pop, and then they got to do that frosted eye, like the blinking eye thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's round. It's cool. I got some points for some stuff.
Well, you have 2 treatments of it. You've got the round eyeball treatment, and then you've got the text word mark treatment.
Yeah, and I got mutation creation. I got MC, and you know, so I'm changing it up a little. But one thing is, I want to throw your attention to everyone. It's in beta right now. My people on Patreon, I had a live and went over a few things. But let me pull it up. Let's see. So if I go here and I go here, so I believe next week, or you know, December, end of November, first week of December, we are going to be launching something called Genetic Calculator. It's free. It's pretty damn cool. It's different in a lot of different ways, and I'll give you a glimpse. If you're on my Patreon and you want to reach out, maybe I'll make a post, or someone remind me, send me a text, send me an Instagram, or hit me up on Patreon saying, hey, Billy, you're going to make a link, or share the link. I'll share the link, and I'll give you guys the early access to set up your accounts and stuff and fool around with it. Just realize we still are in beta. So if anything doesn't work, I can show you how to do it. So let's show you what we've done. So share screen, and we go here, and we go share. So you see this thing called the Genetic Calculator, and you can hear me fine?
Yep.
Okay. So here you go. When you go set up, it'll get you to onboard. So over here, I'm already registered. So you go, hello, Billy. If there's a bug report, so if there's anything, and a lot of people like, you know, I don't want to bother them. We want to be bothered because if something's not working for you, 99% it's not working for many other people. So we want to fix it. So send in a bug report. If you have any feedback, feature suggestion, improvement idea, compliment, question, other, you type it in, submit it. We want to get your feedback. We want to get, bugs fixed. So my user profile, you have your own user profile. And what's good about it is I can do personal, I can do company. So it just changes everything. Company info, personal info. Okay. And I get to choose what the public sees, either my personal. So I chose my company. Okay. Now here, what's great about it, remember World of Ball Pythons?
Yeah.
So World of Ball Pythons, you'd submit photos. So you can contribute images. Okay. It'll tell you how many calculations you've done, skill sets, badges earned, save calculations, conversations, contacts, mentions, a whole bunch of things. And it's all tracked. But what I like about this, so there's the overview, right? Let me go up here. I'm going to go to species. So species, you can either go species or genetics. So now these genetics aren't just for ball pythons. So they're for all the different stuff that we have so far, and we want to keep this growing. Okay. So we got none with images. Okay. And known issues. So known issues are like cinnamon to cinnamon, spider to spider, champagne to champagne, champagne to spider, and all the stuff that, with boas, motley to motley, right?
Yeah.
So
jungle to jungle in boas.
Yeah. So you have all the different ones, like, I don't know what a whip blitz is, and, but there's all different things here. So I don't ever do genetics because there's just way too many. So I always do species. So you go to species and we're going to add some stuff and stuff like that. So basically, if you go into boa constrictor, it has an overview, a care sheet, genetics. Okay. Actually, why don't they have the genetics in? So genetics isn't done on this one, breeding, and then a gallery. Okay. So don't forget, this is new. We're going to start getting into this. So you go back to species. Let's go to ball pythons. Okay, so if you see up here, it says species experts and managers. We've got Shane Kelly, Jessica Hare, and if you want to apply, okay, there's open positions. So what's going to happen is, unlike World of Ball Python, when you send in a photo, oh, okay, it is what you think it is. They throw it in there. So we have, and myself and other people will get involved. We're going to look at it and take a look at it. And if we do believe it's what you say it is, we will post it. So there is going to be some credibility. Yeah. So here we got care, we got genetics, and we're going to, we have the breakdown of 46 recessives, 26 dominant, 155 incomplete, other 12 in complexities. Okay. So it's done sort of the same way. Let me go back to species again, and we'll pick, is it hognose? So you go to hognose, genetics. There's 29 genes, 13 recessive. We're going to keep adding to this as well. Apply to manage. So we'll have probably someone like the Harbins or anyone else that can come on and help out with this. What this is. So you go to gallery. Okay, we got one so far because we had a few, but we found a better, faster way to get crisper, better photos. And you can watermark your logo on it as well. That's in your setup. So if you want to start a conversation, now I can go here and I can talk. It's like, hey, and, I can tag people, I can tag them and everything else, and we can talk about this photo, right? But what's really cool about this, okay, so it's not just for ball pythons. So it's not roll the ball pythons or genetic calculator for ball pythons. It's for everything. If you have expertise in this, or notice how it's really only snakes right now. We have African fat tail. There's no crested geckos. There's no others. Oh, there is crested, but there's no chihuahuas, which are my favorite, which I have. So what's good about it is you can submit photo, okay, trait, species, select the species, and then you submit it, okay, and then the people will look at it, and then we'll upload it. So what's really cool about this, when you go to calculator, and this is all free, okay, and what else is going to be good is Robert's making an API. So if you have a website, you can have access to this from your website. So if you have about us, animals for sale, frequently asked questions, gallery, calculator, genetic calculator. When they click on that, it opens this up. And then when they get out of this, it brings them back to your website. So it's free. So it's a tool, because if they're on your website and they're like, oh, let me see what this is, and then they go on and they go to Morph Market genetic calculator. Once they're in Morph Market, they're probably not coming back to your website, So what's good about this calculator? I'm going to choose, so there's all these different types: rainbow boa, milk snakes. I'm going to go to ball python, and then let's do this. So this is cool too. So we're trying to make this a learning tool. So I'm new, so I'm going to do pastel, single form or supple, single. And let me do spider, because I heard these things are cool. So it's a lilac. So spider is a lilac, okay? And there's different, it's on the same locus as sable, blackhead, champagne. So, I get you understand what does a lilac mean, so you can learn about it. So if I hit that, guess what this does? So pastel and spider makes a bumblebee. So it's teaching people what a bumblebee is. Because when you hear the word bumblebee, most people don't know what a bumblebee is. Oh, it's a bumblebee. What gene is it? Bumblebee. Well, no. Bumblebee is pastel and spider. And I'm going to breed that over here to a lesser. And I'm going to breed it to a pinstripe. Oh, kingpin. Bumblebee and a kingpin. What does it give us? Gives us 16 different combos. But what's great about it here, right? Okay. So info, there's an info here. We're going to have first produced, first breeder, okay, other names, lesser pastel pinstripe spider, queen bee, so we're going to be working on this. You can submit information or you can submit photos. What's great about this, okay, so say, for example, I do this and oh, Christ, I have a pastel pinstripe spider. I click here to add my photo. Submit the photo, it's done. So if you go and let me just do this one here. So say, for example, if we had a photo of lesser spider, it won't say add, it'll say picture or something, image. You click the image, and now it shows you what a lesser spider looks like, right? And then once you see lesser spider, there's a spot where add photo. So we can keep adding. Because what we would like is to have a bunch of different pictures, adults, subadults, babies, that people can choose and look at. Okay. So what's good is if you're new and you're doing this combo, you've got a bumblebee and you've got a kingpin. This is what you're really after, or you should be, right? The 4 gene. Well, now you can go here and click to see what it looks like. So once we do this, and what's really cool about this is that's opening it up. Now, if you go and don't forget, we're going to have tons of these little boxes. So what's good about this is everybody that submits a photo, if you go here and you click, everyone's going to have photo credits. So everyone that submits a photo, if you want to submit 100, 5, 6, 9, whatever, okay, Robert Vanderclay, okay, he's the contributor. I can check him out on Facebook. I can check him out on Instagram. If he has anything else, like his website or anything else, you can click it there. And I can also go now and I can send Robert a message. Hey, how you doing? Is this animal for sale? Hi, do you have any more? So we're not only doing this, we're doing this to generate knowledge for people. The more people that contribute and more pictures are in the gallery, when people are doing a calculation, now everybody can see what the 16 or 56 or 100 or 265 or whatever, you could actually go and see if these animals are made, or we have a picture. You can actually look at not only see what the outcome is and what your odds are, but actually see what they look like. But what's really cool about this is where I really, pushed Robert to do this part here on identify for the group. So look at this, right? Beautiful. So what happens is there's going to be active opens. So you can go on here and comment. I'll show you that after. You can browse. Okay. There's going to be active requests, hot debates. I guess that's when something is being talked about a lot. But peer identify lab. Okay. This is cool too. There's a leaderboard. This is all going to be wiped. This is, I'm going to tell Robert, we're just, like I said, we're
before you launch, before you get out of beta. Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be a leaderboard, right? So overall champion number 1, there's a lot of badges and everything else that the AI or the system will tally and figure out. But what's great here, what rank you are, how many points you have, your accuracy, your streak, your top species. So my top species is going to be ball pythons, axolotls or corn snakes. I might give it a shot, but it's not going to be many because, but it'll track to see, right? This week, all time. It's pretty cool. But you go to submit. You can submit a single animal. Okay, I'm going to click that, or I click clutch. So I have an animal. I need ID. Instead of putting it on fucking Facebook and getting the experts, okay? Confusing the hell out of you even more than you were. Go down here, select your species. I'm going to select ball pythons. What's good about it is if I want to post an animal up on here, I want to make it private. I can, by username of people on here, or I go by email, I can go in here now and put in Craig. I want Craig to see it. I want James Bergman to see it. I want Scott and Jordan from Genetic Genesis to see it. I want to get Austin on it and a few other people. Shit, if it's one of the genes, I'm going to say, hey, Justin Kabilka. I'm going to send it out to them and they can look at it, okay? And they can give me their identification on it or what they think. But what's good about it, okay, you can do it by, secretly, or leave it for your peers, people. I can see it, everyone can see it, and everybody can contribute. So what's good about it is if you start just throwing random answers out, your credibility goes to shit. Okay? So here.
Which it should.
And it should, yeah. I'm going to choose what this genetic is based on, guys that have a high rating and you know what I mean, have credibility, not, 5 people that have a 10% success rate and, they've given 100 different IDs. Like, no thanks. So parent information. Okay. Now what's good about it is you can type in the name. Like, so if I do 20-, 13-2, that's the animal's label. That's how I ID them. But now that is a PI piebald. Is it a head or visual? And it's great because you can type everything in. Same thing. If I don't have that, I don't need to put it. It just, you type in the genetics. And here I go, clown, visual, and then I'm going to do piebald. Oops. It helps when you correct. Piebald and het. Okay. And then on the piebald, I'm going to put Orange Dream. No, not OEA. What the heck's OEA? And it's great because if the genetics isn't in here, you can't jam it in. Orange Dream, and I'm going to put in Yellow Belly. And see how it says allelic. Okay, which is cool. And it helps. And so it's a learning thing, right? Now, if I do this too, watch this. This is cool. Single. And let me just put in asphalt, right? So if I put in asphalt, boom. Now I got a freeway. What's freeway? Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
So now, hey, freeway. Oh, I've heard that name, freeway. Because a lot of people think freeway is the gene. No, it's the name. Well, what makes up a freeway? There you go. So it's pretty cool. I really like it. And ivory would be super yellow belly, and we're working on it. And any suggestions, please let us know. So now, if I have photos of the parents, I put the photos in, okay? If I don't know any of this, I just click that, oh, it wiped it away. But anyways, figures. But, if you don't know the sire or any of the information, you just take it off so you don't have to enter it. Then you add a photo, okay? So I'm just going to do this quick. So if I add a photo, and I'm going to show you what. So let's see. Actually, we'll just do this. Ready? I don't even know what this is. So, and then you can crop it. Okay. Apply. There's my photo. So my animal ID is 2025 dash, I believe it's clutch 85 dash 1. So that's the animal ID. Okay. So that's the subject. Now, if I'm doing clutch, the clutch, I put the parents, and I can actually do the first one as the subject, and then the next one's the sibling. So it'll automatically, be a different name, and you can actually put all your clutch under there to help your ID. But what's cool about this, and I'll show you this part quick, is it a baby? And this wasn't here. This was Queen Reptiles, I believe, was the one that said, hey, well, when we're doing single, you should, so non-applicable, adult, subadult, juvenile, baby, because this is a baby. Okay. You see it in my hand. But if I put this, say, on a table, you can't really, get the perspective of it. And this is going to look a lot different as an adult. So if it's an adult, put an adult, because that way, if people are saying that's not what it is, it's like, well, it's, it doesn't look like it did as a baby. So it just helps people. So under here, okay, for photo notes, you can, put what you want, like, different things. What's good about it is, I didn't do the thing at the front. So, of course I didn't. Oh yeah, here it is here. So for some reason, I should have more than just this. So I got to talk to Robert, but all the genetic calculations is going to come out here. Okay.
Okay.
That's because I didn't know the one parent. So, I'll show you on the clutch one. And then you basically here. So when you put this in, you're gonna choose what you think it is, and then are you 50%? Okay, why? Oh, so there should be more options here. I don't know why, because I think he's working on the so I'll show you in the hatchlings. Now, when you select what it is, okay, am I 50%, 65, 80? So I can actually say, you know what? I'm 75% sure this is this, okay? And then you save the photo, okay? And then what happens is other people can go, because now it'll be in browse, okay? And I'll see what he's done here. So if you go into browse, this is a lavender albino orange dream lav. He's 80% confident. It's a baby. Okay. Key question. Does this dreamsicle contain orange dream? Okay. So now he's got a few other photos. Okay. So now I can go here, and there's the sire. Here's the dam. There's a photo. Okay. And here's the sire. There's the photo. Okay. So it gives the ID. So if I go back to the subject, okay. So now calculated offspring, okay, From the pairing, it gives you the 2 because there's a bunch of other ones, but they're going to be hets. So I believe there's a way to pull them up, but we're here to ID a snake, right? So if everything's 100% het lav or 100% double het, we're not putting them down there because you can't really tell if it's 100% or not, or it's not. Robert's the better how to explain that. Because, if we're guessing that it's 100% het or 66% het, it shouldn't be on there because we can't see it. Right?
Gotcha.
So is this a lavender albino pied or is it a lavender albino orange dream pied? I'm going to select this one. Okay. My confidence level, I'm going to go 100. Okay. And why do you think this is correct?
So it's a lavender pied to an orange dream double het.
Right. So the only visible ones, I'm not explaining it right, but it's only going to show certain things because what he's selected. Now on the hatchling one, I'll show you the clutch one. So your reasoning or comments. So the alien heads indicate OD in the animal. I could be more specific, which I can. I'm 100% submit. So you've already submitted your identification. You can only hold on. Okay, yeah. So here it is here. So I'm a novice. I have no points, right? So now people can go now, and here's his at 80. Here's mine at 100. Craig can go on, other people, or someone can say, hey, there is no OD in this. I'm 100% that there is an OD in this. And after 10, 15, 20, 30 people, the system's going to realize what it is, and say, hey, out of 50 people, and it has an 82.65% confidence rating that it is OD. So now this will be closed, or I can go here and say, hey, Robert, can I get some more pics of the side of the head? Or can I see the belly? Can I see, right? And people can go on and I can share this and I can hashtag it. I can mention people and I can send it so other people can come in and help. But what I love about this, especially here, this is one thing that I'm going to request all my Patreon people to do to give extra. And watch this. Okay, so watch this. Okay, pin. Okay, I'm going to pin right here. Okay. Oh, how does it not working yet? Okay, this one's not working. So what's going to happen is not pins on, add pin. Click a paste right here. Boom. Oh, click. Come on. Click anywhere on the image right here. Okay, well, pins aren't working yet. But what's going to happen is when you do that, I can go here, like say the head stamp. One thing is everybody know Pastel Enchi has that skull and crossbone sort of head stamp? So if this was a Pastel Enchi, I can go add pin, click on the head, right? And then it'll
reference that spot in your.
It'll reference the spot. It'll make a box, and then I can type in Pastel and Enchi. Pastel and Enchi usually has a skull and crossbone in the head. Or what I would have done here is I would have clicked the pin on this and saying how the alien head, it has thick, like, how OD does that. It thickens up the alien head, and it doesn't really make it an alien head. It just makes it sort of stripy. And, so I can make a comment. If someone's like, oh, Orange Dream, look at the head stamp. That's typical Orange Dream. Look at the eye, like or a spot nose, or anything that we can do, like Het Monsoon. You can take a picture of the head and on the eye stripe, click it and then click the eye stripe and, make a box. Het Monsoon, a good marker is a very, very thin eye stripe. So that way, when it's saved, people can go and click pins on, and then they can see all the different pins, and then you can click on the pin and learn why we see certain stuff, which I think is cool.
That's going to be great.
Okay. But now if we go to submit, clutch, this is what I like. Clutch, ball pythons. I don't want it private. Here's my pairing season, 2025. Okay. Clutch number, project name. Okay. I'm going to put asphalt, if I can spell it right. Okay. I'm going to put yellow belly. Love to see that. And I'm going to put asphalt super. Okay. So asphalt super. I can put the pictures of the parents. Okay. Add an animal. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do this quick. And I'm going to do this one here. Open. And I'm going to select it. Okay. So, oh, he did it on here too. Because it would be a baby, right? Mm-hmm. So from that original pairing, I can only have one of two. I can make freeways and asphalts. You see that?
That's right. Freeways are super asphalts.
Oh, sorry. Oh, so this is wrong too. Hold on. So I'm going to talk to him. But it's like I said, there's a few things I shouldn't have, because what we're doing is the allelics. So anything allelic. Yeah. So, but basically there should be four. There should be asphalt. Sorry, three. Asphalt, freeway, and super asphalt. Okay? So there's one missing. So now, if this is the baby, this baby's asphalt, I'm 100%, right? Save. Okay? Then I go to the next one. I hit sibling. So now sibling comes, and this will change. And then the sibling now is a freeway, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, the one I don't is this a freeway or is it a super asphalt? I'm 50% or so. If this was working, I could show you a little better. But yeah, I shouldn't have used allelics because that's what we're working on. Anything allelic, we're changing and working on. And we've also, over the last week, we decided to do like asphalt and yellow belly as a freeway. Bumblebee, because we're trying to make this learn. It's good for us people that understand what it is, but we also want to try to explain someone that has no idea what an allelic is. Well, it's a freeway. Yeah, my gene's a freeway. No, it's a yellow belly or asphalt. When you breed it, it's like, I don't get it. Don't I make more freeways? So we're trying to make it where a freeway, when you highlight it, you see what genes make up a freeway. So it only chooses what you want. So if I go down and animal number 3, is it a super asphalt? I mean, it's a bad choice that I picked because you can tell a freeway from a super asphalt. But yeah, is it an orange dream yellow belly dreamsicle, or is it just a yellow belly dreamsicle? Is it an orange dream dreamsicle? Right? Then you have to pick one, and then I'm 100%, 80%. So some, like if it's a normal dreamsicle, I'm 100%. But now I don't know if I'm 80% sure it's a yellow belly dreamsicle, but it could be an orange dream yellow belly dreamsicle. And then you save the photos, and people can go on here and add, right? And add their comments. But what I like about it here, when you go to my profile, okay? So when I go to my profile, skills and badges. So you can go in here now, okay? And
where Jared's going to be farming skill and badges.
Yeah.
Jared's going to be in there.
But you can add a skill, right? So you go in here and you add skills, right? So identification.
Aren't you, Jared?
Right? Oh, here's one. Enrichment, genetics, veterinarian, disease recognition, respiratory infection treatment, red leg syndrome. That's for amphibians. I'll never have this because I don't work with amphibians. Deworming protocols. So you can set up. So if you're a vet, like a few people like that are in our industry, they would have this. So down the road, if you have something like, if you have amphibians and you have this thing called red leg syndrome, it's like, oh, wow, I can reach out on here to someone that has red leg syndrome as one of their badges and reach out to them for referencing, saying, hey, how? Or, hey, tick removal. I have tick removal. You want to reach out. So expo preparation, record keeping, online sales, contract negotiation, legal compliance. There's something on here for CITES compliance, genetic testing coordination and how I do stuff. I wouldn't call me an expert, but clutch splitting expert. I do it quite a bit, right? And then down here, I've got 2 badges earned, okay? And then here, so welcome aboard. I get 10 points if I completely set up my profile, but I've got 2 out of 49 badges, but there's a whole bunch like I'll never get, like there's some in here for certain, or did he change it too? So here's helpful hand, connected. You connect the 5 breeders, help people, you mentor people. You build a network of 50 breeders, unlocks these, and then there's 6 different mysterious badges. Don't know what they are, but I think it's pretty cool because the more you input, and I have no contributions yet, but I will. So I'm going to go back to my old stuff, like the banana freeway that I made and some of the other stuff that I've got archived. I'm going to put up there. So when people make a freeway or super asphalt or NG super asphalt, when they go there, they're going to see these pictures and they hit that little button and it's going to see mutation creation. So it's free advertising.
It's great.
Okay. But I really want to see this. Okay. I love how you set up the calculator. And when you do the calculator, it basically, I'm going to get out of this now. Once you get out of the, remove it.
There we go.
There we go. Stretch. Yeah. I don't feel so tiny now. But what I remember back in the day was World of Ball Pythons. Like, oh my God, here's a pairing. What can I make? I can make this. Hopefully there's one there. And I would go and look to see what it looked like. Oh, I don't like that. Let me do something else. So now with the genetic calculator, you can go do a genetic calculation. You can go and see what the animal looks like before you make it. And if you have 16 outcomes, there could be 16 photos to look at. And those 16 photos will have other photos. So, if we have a big database, you can go and see like hatchlings, adults. And that's one thing I want to do is sort of put adults on as well, because a lot of people love VPI Xanthic and stuff like that. They look great as a baby. Some of them don't look as great as an adult. Pastel clown. You see a pastel clown baby? Wow. Want to see it as an adult? Oh, so that's a lot of things too. A lot of this stuff, like, I'm gonna say scrambler and DG and enhancer and stuff. When you see it as adults, sometimes they're fucking as nice, if not nicer than the babies, right? So here's a baby, here's an adult. So we get a nice variety, but it's free. You go to genetic calculator, you type in stuff, and it's not just for one species. And eventually, I think this could be the mecca for people going and learning, seeing what's there, contributing, having a database of animals that, or you put up an animal to get ID'd by your peers. And it's not just anybody throwing fucking what they think out. You're going to see by, if you put out that, oh, that's not even a fucking dreamsicle. Well, your score is going to go to fucking 0 real quick because everyone else says it's a dreamsicle. And now, when you do put ratings in and you're at 0 or 10 or 15%, no one's going to even look at it, Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean,
so the site opens in a few days for
Next
beta?
week.
Next week.
No, beta, it's open now.
Okay.
So I know Bear, and you know how Bear is from Red Onion Reptiles.
Yep.
He's like, oh shit, but he's the guy that breaks everything. If something doesn't work, it works on him.
He's gonna find it.
He's gonna find it. Yeah, so,
for sure.
He's been our HP breaker forever. So he's awesome. So I warned Robert about him. Like, he's doing it. So you know how he is. He's gonna find something to break. And he actually messaged me the other day going, I did it. He actually posted up something. And I'm going to give him a shout tomorrow. But he put it up and he's like, holy shit, he actually did it right. And I'm fucking so proud of him. But of course, then Robert had to wipe all the pictures off because it's the new upgrade. Right. So of the new things, because we can't have the old one if there's a new platform that's implemented.
Yeah.
So we had to wipe them all off. So I'm going to say, hey, man, it worked and you did great, but you got to do it again. But I just think for people to go on here, because even myself, when people are sending in stuff for me to ID, I'm going to Morph Market, trying to look at stuff that's for sale or was for sale. It's not always accurate because I find a lot of stuff that's not what it's supposed to, what it says it is. It's not. So I'm looking and I'm like, wow. So if we have a group that is sort of that we can go to help, and
curated.
we have a bunch of and then not just for ball pythons, for all species. So if someone's doing like an expert in certain geckos or stuff, we would love your help. And eventually this could be the place to go to, especially for IDing, or hey, I bought this animal, I have no idea what it is. Anybody's idea, well, it looks pastel, it looks fucking leopard, it looks this. Or is it heck clown? We can't tell. We don't, especially if we don't have the parents, right? But we can actually help ID. And what I've been finding in the last couple of years, people are asking me for like lace and red stripe and stuff that I don't work with. So I'm like, so what do? I got to start opening up tabs on on Google as well as Morph Market and try to search to see comparables where if I have everything under one roof, it saves time. And especially teaching people when you put two things together, what's an ivory? An ivory is a super yellow belly, but I do think this could be something crazy. And I hope, right? And like I said, it's free. It's if people can get the API and put it on their own website. So when someone's on your website, they click it. Now you're offering a free genetic calculator or a tool. And instead of going to Morph or saying like, throw it in a chat group on Facebook, like, wow, like, how that usually works out when your double hets are
it's
visual.
The best.
Yeah,
it's the best.
Double head. Yeah. Your double heads are visuals. Yeah, that's what it means. No, it doesn't. So, hope it helps. I hopefully it helps people learn to ID, and with the tag, right? Like, I don't understand why do people where do people see Enchi in this animal? Oh, the thicker eye stripes, so that'll be something, right? Or in certain genes, right? You click it, and it's like, well, Enchi and Pied brings pattern in, but Enchi and Clown takes pattern away. Wow, I didn't know that. So it should be a learning tool and a visual learning tool. And then people can put in comments and stuff like that. And, you can be rated for it, right? If you got 5 people saying it's something and they're rating 6% and 3 people that say and they're 9 and they have 90%, I'm going to go with them, Yeah. So we'll see where it goes, but
cool.
It should be up and running. Next week, I believe. I think he's launching it next Monday, which is the 30th or 31st or
30th. Yep.
Well, look at this. I have tons of isopods, right? So isopods, I'm gonna talk to my partner because we have 159 different isopod species right now. So I'm gonna get him to be involved because he's amazing. His name's Dave. I'll reach out to him. But anything like that, suggestion, isopods. We want springtails, and anything like that. Because I've seen on some, I'm in some of the isopod things like, hey, I found this. What type is it? And you see people like, nope. It does look like that, but because of this, it's like that. It's a variation of it. So we're learning, right? It's a place to go to learn. So people can say, what are these, what are these certain animals, like these dairy cows, what are these dairy cows? Isopod, what is it? Now I can go and click dairy cow and, oh, that's what it looks like. Oh my God, it does look like a dairy cow. What are these? What are these? What are these? What are these? And you can go and look and you can learn, So
yeah,
I'm really cool. Will this new site be connected, integrated into HP? I don't believe so, but I can connect. So I can go and connect to HP through it, or Google, right? So I can, it's connected that way. I don't see a reason to have it connected. Unless there is a reason to have it connected, I'm not sure.
The reason would be to send an animal over and just say, let's get an ID on this, and click and send the animal and do the
okay.
form,
I mean,
form
something like that. Something like that. You can go and you can click and go to feedback and say, hey, I'm an isopods, and I'll also do it because I'll get Dave to do it. And if I can get Dave to be one of the admins as well, it gives his name and credibility at the top. Plus, he's amazing at it. Like I learn everything I've learned is pretty much through him. And guess what? If he can submit all these photos, when people go click on it, we have a database and, oh my God, who's this, incog inverts? Wow, that's crazy. Look at these guys. They got everything. It's free publicity, but it's a learning tool for people to help ID and even an isopod. Hey, I found this isopod. Someone told me they are a Marinella species, right? Like it's what do they call it? A scarlet, right? No, that's not a scarlet. That is a amber bee or whatever, right? And then, we can educate people and let them know that they were falsely identified or whatever, to let people understand and show what the difference is between this and this, right? Yeah. And then, put a pin and say, well, this would be more black or thicker. This would have more pattern and color. And now I can go and I can learn, even if I'm not in isopods, I can go there now and, oh, look at the differences. And I can learn myself, even though I'm not even in, heavily into the species. So I want this for everything. Right. So, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's great.
So if anybody is, like I said, it should be up and running next week, but if anybody on my Patreon want to get on it, if you message me later today, first thing in the morning, or maybe even later tonight, we'll see, is I will put up a post saying, here's the login to get in, and then you can set yourself up and, let's help educate the world.
I'll put the link in the chat.
I already have.
Oh, you did? Okay, great.
It's in the description below. It's
geneticcalculator.com.
Geneticcalculator.com.
Yep.
And it is free. And, bear with us for some of the hiccups, but they're working on it full time. We were wanting to launch this a while ago, but because RADs came in, that's, link below, that reptile ads. Zach came in and said, hey, I want you guys to build us this site. It's like, work on something for us for free or bring in some money. Let's work on reptile ads. And now that's done. And I believe we're going to get beta, or my Patreon folks is going to get beta for next HP late next month or early January. Oh
cool.
My God.
Cool.
Yeah. Robert's been working like a madman. All of our amazing devs are working away. But right now, next HP isn't being worked on as much because we're trying to get this launched. And then once this goes and we get a couple bugs fixed and boom, 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 now it's coming, man. All the hard work that these guys have put in, and I'm excited.
That's great.
Yeah. And are you going to be coming on next week, or are you going to take the week off? Take the week off.
I'll take the week off. Maybe I'll bop in if my internet is good. Maybe I'll bop in and just show you the ocean.
Oh, rub it in. But yeah, if not, I will get a sidekick.
Sounds good.
To fill in for my amazing friend here. Have an awesome trip, you and the wifey.
Thank you so
much.
much.
And I hope it's, I'm pretty sure Troy, with all the info he's given you, he's, you're going to have a hell of a, so big shout out to Balls and Strikes.
Yeah.
And,
it's great. He was on his trip in Alaska, and I asked him for pointers, and he just sat and texted me like 20 texts, and it helped me do the whole thing. So it was awesome.
Okay, so this banner here, guys, yap, yap, yap. I don't know if there was any questions in there because I was just yapping too much. But
most of them got answered in the process.
Okay, good. Thank you for all of you guys, like always, for being part of tonight's live, and continued love and support for Craig and I, and have an awesome week. Someone hit me up, and so I should, but I'm getting old. I forget things quick. To put a post up so I can give the access code for Patreon, so that you guys can get on there and fool around with it, set up your account, and do all that kind of cool stuff, and look around and, try to break it. If something doesn't work, please put in a bug report. If you have feedback like, hey, I'd like isopod species, please put that in. I'll also do the same. Someone remind me, because I'm not going to do it now, because Robert's going to be like, Billy, man, I'm up early. So am I. But yeah, but I'm not like you. I go to bed earlier, or I cut business off so I can rest for the rest of the day, which is cool. I got to learn to do that. I got to be more like Robert, So everyone have an awesome, awesome week. We'll miss you, Craig, but I know you'll be here in spirit, and you will have an awesome time. You definitely need it after the summer and everything going on in Epic and everything you do and putting up with me.
It's gonna be nice to have a vacation. Honestly, we have been prioritizing the snake side of things so high financially that I haven't gone on a decent vacation in like 5 years.
Yeah.
So finally decided, you know what? We're going to put that money towards.
That's awesome. I'm glad you did.
My wife. Yep. It's awesome.
And we can, when you get back, we get to hear all about it.
Yep.
Later, everyone.
Good night, all.
I'm the man with the Morse, Billy Rose in the house,
with
breaking
Craig.
Down those doors.
Not next week, though.
Making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Yo, it's Billy Rose. Let me tell you a tale from the heart of Canada, where the pythons prevail. Got the rack stack high, more that'll make you smile. From clowns to ultra males, I'm running this reptile now. Started from the bottom, now collections elite. Feeding ASF, every snake gets a treat with the community tight. I'm the breeder you seek. Mutation creation every day of the week. Social media buzzing, see the followers grow. On YouTube, Instagram, watch the Billy Rose show. The hats into the giants, got the genetics on lock. In the reptile game, I'm the TikTok of the clock. Channel my content, I'm the man with the Morse. Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Cold scissors in hand, cutting clutches with flair. Reppin' Toronto, Canada, I'm rare. Team Ultra Male strong, colors vivid and bright.
Shining the light. Be good, enjoy, and happy Thanksgiving all.
Yep.
Go Packers.
See you guys.